shared visions and strategies. CPAC, the world's largest conservative conference, took place today in Poland for the first time. A conference of people who defend the most important values. A conference of people who know what democracy is, who know what freedom of speech is. And all this in the cradle of Polish conservatism. In Podkarpacia, attachment to national traditions, to national colours, attachment to Christian values, national colours has been the norm for us for many generations.
Prezydent Rzeczypospolitej Polskiej, pan Andrzej Duda!
The CPAC conference was attended by key politicians. I do everything to strengthen ties with the United States. I always emphasize, I think this is the duty of every Polish president. That's why I was at the CPAC conference, not only at the invitation of the conference authorities, Mr. Chairman, and President Donald Trump in Washington not so long ago, but I'm also here today in Rzeszów. At CPAC there are discussions about threats to Poland. Today there are announcements that our freedom can be stolen in Poland, that they want to close down TV Republica, that they want to introduce a law on hate speech, which will ban saying what you think. There was also talk about the harmful actions of globalists on a global scale. Today in the political world, there are not only attempts to abolish something like the sovereignty of individual states and nations, but there are also completely blatant attempts to destroy what was the spirit driving this great uprising of freedom. CPAC attendees seek solutions to the problems facing the world today.
Musimy w wolnym społeczeństwie budować przede wszystkim wartości rodzinne, wartości rządów prawa, wolności religijnej. Wszystkie te istotne wartości były pod ostrzałem globalistów.
In building the future, it is also important to remember the past and common heroes.
Zapraszamy na scenę Karola Nawrockiego!
For us, for the Poles, relations with the United States are based on a deep foundation of values. These values are freedom, democracy and sovereignty. It is many years of shared values that have the face, on the one hand, of Tadeusz Kościuszko, on the other, Kazimierz Puławski, our common heroes of freedom. The future is also being forged today. A symbol of this is the extensive transatlantic cooperation.
Zapraszamy na scenę Mateusza Morawieckiego, przewodniczącego Partii Europejskich Konserwatystów i Reformistów, byłego premiera Rzeczypospolitej Polskiej.
The transatlantic world within the idea of conservative, pro-state, sovereign states again must be strengthened, built on the idea of normality, patriotism, common sense, with a special focus on security.
A już teraz gościem specjalnym CPAC Polska 2025 jest Christine Noem.
If you had elected a leader that will work with President Donald J. Trump, the Polish people will have an ally strong that will ensure that you will be able to fight off enemies that do not share your values. You will have strong borders and protect your communities and keep them safe, and ensure that your citizens are respected every single day.
The largest conference of conservatives is being held in Rzeszów, and the Podkarpackie Voivodeship is an example of great Polish-American cooperation. Podkarpacia is the leading region in Poland in terms of the amount of American investment. Brands such as Brad Whitney and Sikorski are brands that have given us a kind of certificate confirmation that you can invest here. The CPAC conference raised key questions about the future of Poland and Europe. Sometimes the answers are missing. What's next? What do we want? How do we want to create the world that we loved in the past, that we want to have in the future? The answer may be a return to the traditions and values from which Europe and Poland were forged.
Zapraszamy na scenę Przemysława Czarnka.
Let's see this opportunity. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's see that we are the majority in our country. Let's see that we Christians, we people of Latin civilization, can save civilization here in Europe, here in Poland, with a special focus on children, who are the future of every nation.
Wasz rząd chce wprowadzić zajęcia, w ramach których dzieci, nawet 9-latki, będą słyszały o identyfikacji płciowej, będą seksualizowane i słyszymy o edukacji seksualnej, której 4-latki mają uczyć się o masturbacji.
Conservatism is evolving, and history shows that the place where these changes were seen earliest, from Ronald Reagan to Donald Trump, was CPAC. Its history dates back to 1974. It was then that Reagan made his first speech at CPAC. 6 years later, he became President of the United States.
The conservative movement is alive and well, and you are giving America a new lease on life.
This message is very relevant today. Today, CPAC is a place for conservatives from all over the world to exchange experiences, to produce tools of direct communication so that we can directly exchange experiences so that the sovereignty of all our countries cannot be destroyed by globalist elites, Soros, Soviet internationals, or any others, to avoid the situation that occurred in Romania.
Jestem tu w Rzeszowie, by wysłać sygnał ostrzegawczy wobec polskiego narodu. Uważajcie, bo tak jak w Rumunii, w tę niedzielę spróbują ukraść wam wybory. Spróbują narzucić wam marionetkę jako prezydenta niewybranego przez polski naród.
Poles can respond to this warning on the 1st of June.